How's it, guys? This is your host Reynard. Welcome to the Rugby Fox channel. We're going to be launching new content today. We're going to be focusing on the role of the blindside flanker, and let's see what we can analyze of the position of the enforcer. Thanks again for all the support, the likes, the shares and the subscriptions. Let's hope we can continue improving the game of rugby as we know it, and keep dropping those comments, suggestions and insights. The blindside flanker. What are the roles of this position? Why is it important? There have been so many legends in this position, and what do they all have in common? Enforcers. They make sure that the game is meant to be going the way it is going. I remember this hit like yesterday. I know, right? That is hectic. And I was thinking to myself, what an impact that would have on a game. These players tend to do the hard, unseen work that doesn't go viral, and they seem to be not the most glamorous position in modern rugby. But harassing forward in the final and having a major impact on the game through the breakdowns, like Scott Fardy frothing to hit the ruck. These are crucial elements to the game. And as we can see here, Jerome Kaino as well, stamping his authority in a massive test. I'm sure Williams isn't going to find himself on the other side of a ruck again. While all this, these players have an amazing ability to carry the ball, like Ackerman shows us here. The question is, would teams not benefit more from using a blindside flanker? The Wallabies have shown us that they use two open-siders, but the Springboks defied this in the last World Cup. Look at Peter Steph du Toit's impact on the game. Making big hits, carrying, getting to the breakdown, and with all this hard work comes a bit of luck, which is brilliant to see. Look at this. Gets the ball behind the gain line, still manages to get the Springboks over the gain line. How much of a benefit is that in the game? Being able to change the momentum and the whole speed of the game. And here you can see Peter Steph again with his work rate, getting the box over the line. Again, their core roles form part of retaining and regaining position, but they do this a little differently. The blindside flanker uses his pillars in a bit of a different way to what the open sider would do. They are physical. And they are the players you want in your team, like Jerome Kaino playing for the All Blacks, but also you don't want to play against them. As you can see here, one of my heroes, Jerry Collins, hitting Shabal backwards, Alberts destroying people, Peter Steph just being everywhere, John Smith throwing people around on the field. As you can see, these players have an enormous impact on the game through their physical play, which is at the cornerstone of what makes a good blindside flanker. The ability to break a line using skill, dominating the contest area, as well as getting a pass away. Those are all great trademarks of what we want from these players. Honest, in the thick of things, getting over the line, making big tackles to turn the play, forcing knock-ons and errors, as you can see here. What a great tackle. Stopped them before the advantage line and forced a knock-on. These players need to make an impact physically wise on attack and in defense. Very important. And Jerome Kaino is a great example for this. Also, Peter Steph showed that in the last World Cup, as he made a lot of carries and a lot of tackles, forcing guys backwards. What a blindside as well is to read the game as well. Being able to get into the best position to get go forward ball, like John Smith scoring here. He uses his physicality to tower over backline players. These players just want to smash, run hard, hit people. One of the greatest shows of a blindside flanker was Jerome Kaino versus the British and Irish Lions. Look at him go. Being a physical monster in the game. Dominating the collisions and setting up future plays in the next phases. As you can see here, he's so secure with the ball, gets forward, draws in the defenders. Let's look at how the flanker utilizes his pillars. How does he use them? Which traits are the most important? Is it skill? Is it physicality? Is it mentality? Or is it tactical work? But let's take a deeper look. Another example here is to see how they can turn a game. This team is on attack and looking like they're scoring, but John Ross makes a good example of himself by stopping them. This shows what an impact these players can have on a game. The order is physical, mental, technical, and tactical. Obviously, we know the first pillar is physical, but let's talk about the mental aspect. These players intimidate. That's their job. They are enforcers. These players are not nice to play against, and they are very intimidating. But they can also anticipate well as to where they can influence the game from next. They influence the game by either carrying well, working in the breakdowns. They can also influence the game by making big hits. I mean, look at this next one. Just look at that face. Is that what you want to play against? No. Let's look at the technical side of things. They've got good execution skills. They ensure that they carry hard, make an impact on the line, help build up to the scoring of tries, showing good skill like John Smith here. They can fend off, they can run hard. They've got great skills. Godse, look at that. How many players can do that? Here we can see another example. And we actually have a case here where two blindsides are playing together. Here Bashro gives the ball to John Smith, who passes it back to his Argentine teammate, Lobe, who then plays it back to John Smith again. Great technical skill. I mean, testament to that's Peter Steff and the build-up to Cheslin Colby's try. And we all know what happened then. So technical-wise, very important. Tactically, also important. They need to know where and when. They need to communicate, have line-out roles, and scrum roles. Here you can see Jerome Kaino knows his role off the line-outs to carry the ball, to get over the advantage line, to give the All Blacks a bit of space. Again, his role off the line-out, getting over that advantage line straight from the line-out. These players just turn the game. Here Peter Steff the Toy, being a jumper in the line-out. They also have their roles and mauls. Here you can see the Sale Sharks got a nice mauling setup and they get over the try line. And our next example is more of a tactical move, you can see, playing around the front with the hooker, the blind side joining in. All in all, such a great position, so important. Let's summarize. These players, and again, this is very important, can anticipate well, and they know where the next play or tackle will be, and then they can influence from there by means of carrying, supporting, cleaning on attack, or tackling or making turnovers on defense. They're good at communicating, and to be able to make an impact, you need to be able to communicate. They can put themselves in a position to make good impacts. Their ball carry and support play is great. They've got good breakdown work, doing the hard work that gets unnoticed. Their tackling technique is brilliant. They are good at getting back in the game. And to summarize, they are constructive or they can be destructive. And the role must blend with the rest of the back row. All in all, I'm glad that World Rugby awarded a player of this position in the last year because of the massive impact, the hard work, and doing the unseen stuff that gets often so unnoticed in rugby. And I hope that this can be an example to players of the future to know that hard work is the best work. Well, there we go, the Blindside Flanker. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. If you have any suggestions, comments, or ideas, please drop them in the comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you didn't like it, leave a dislike. And thanks again for everything. I'm your host, Reynard, and cheers from Rugby Fox.